the choice that ruined all. Presumption regarding professional basketball. The most unexpected source of ownership. Source in the history of sports. Michael Jordan, the legendary basketball player who reinterpreted excellence and created a billion-dollar conglomerate, recently made an proposition that has the potential to transform women's forever in professional sports. As soon as the greatest player in history expands his tribute to the WNBA's most influential rookie with a chance that surpasses conventional team ownership, the whole professional landscape under our feet basketball moves. However, how come his heirs could make such an unprecedented action? What is Caitlyn's? Clark has qualities that persuade the final competitor to disregard all regulations regarding ownership of sports and produce anything that's never been around before. The consequences of this moment are far-reaching. Need more than just basketball to change the prospects for women's careers. Sports. The company of Michael Jordan. Empire goes well beyond his fabled playing profession, including a portfolio valued at more over $3 billion, including his controlling stake in the Charlotte NBA team the Hornets, a large Nike collaborations via the Jordan brand, significant financial commitments over several sectors. His shift from basketball star to achieve success. The businessman has demonstrated the same level of his sporting accomplishments with the Jordan brand is bringing in over $5. Nike's yearly revenue is billions. The ownership of the Charlotte by Jordan. Since 2010, the Hornets have given him a great deal of franchise experience, teamwork, management, and the professional sports commercial facets. His ownership philosophy has placed a strong emphasis on assembling teams that are competitive while preserving financial viability, developing a model that might possibly transfer to other professional sports leagues. The prosperity of his company ventures shows that he understands of market positioning, brand development, and wise investment choices that possess significance in a variety of sectors. His impact on basketball goes beyond ownership to encompass coaching of existing players, participation in the development of basketball programs, as well as ongoing attendance at important basketball competitions around the world. Jordan's standing and business savvy have elevated him to one of the most admired individuals in professional sports who judgments and choices that carry substantial weight throughout the basketball community, as well as outside of it. Concerns are raised over Jordan's business philosophies and competitive mentality could result in participation when it comes to professional women's basketball, especially in light of the WNBA's recent expansion in both commercial and popular feasibility. The ramifications might indicate that the women's game's popularity reflects acknowledgement of the unrealized market potential and chances for investment that coincide with his business plan. Caitlyn Clark's influence on basketball for women has been nothing less than groundbreaking, changing the WNBA from a specialized professional league to the general public entertainment facility that produces notable television viewership and business interest. Her first season, the Indiana Fever broke a lot of records and created previously unheard of focus on women's careers. Basketball with frequent games that draw more than 1 million television viewers and arenas are regularly sold out. Clark's marketability is not limited to her basketball game to incorporate social impact and support from the media opportunities, as well as the cultural influence that surpasses the majority of WNBA players. Historically accomplished, her capacity to make money for franchisees, leagues, and commercial associates have been, as evidenced by ticket sales, purchases of goods, as well as television audience that reflects historic peaks for women's careers. Basketball. The financial success centered on Clark's presence has produced fresh opportunities for women's professional athletics, such as heightened media attention, sponsor interest, and opportunities for investments that were not available before. Her impact has improved not just her own professional potential customers as well as the profiles and chances accessible to other women's basketball players all across the league. Her basketball skills and style IQ has been likened to some of the finest basketball players in history, irrespective of gender, establishing a level of deference and acknowledgement that surpasses conventional limits between basketball for men and women. Her athletic prowess combined with and business attractiveness generates distinctive prospects for commercial collaborations and endeavors that could help everyone. Participants. Sports commentators ponder whether Clark's revolutionary influence on women's basketball could be a symbol of the kind of market and skill over generations influence that could support unheard of corporate investments and ownership arrangements in women's professional athletics. The idea of franchise or individual player ownership partnerships are a relatively recent concept. Growth in professional athletics, with different leagues investigating novel ownership arrangements that offer star players with more authority and financial involvement in the group activities. These configurations can benefit both current players and ownership groupings through incentive alignment and generating fresh sources of income. Jordan's background as a former he is given by the player and current owner offers a distinct viewpoint on the advantages regarding difficulties with varying ownership structures seen in professional basketball. His comprehension of the player requirements and commercial demands could allow him to produce creative alliances that support the objectives of all stakeholders while promoting growth of professional basketball for women. The monetary framework of such arrangements usually entail intricate discussions about equity, involvement, operational management, income sharing, as well as long-term promises that call for cautious legal and planning a business. The accomplishment of these collaborations frequently rely on unambiguous roles agreements, decision-making and responsibilities, authority that safeguards the rights of every stakeholder. Legal professionals observe that creative ownership arrangements in professional athletics frequently act as models for other leagues and groups looking to draw in and keep top talent while developing sustainable business practices. The precedent set by any Jordanian, the Clark Alliance, may have an impact on how various leagues of professional sports strategy for player ownership and equity chances. The current WNBA ownership structure consists of a combination of private investors, business organizations, as well as NBA franchise owners who have made investments in women's careers, basketball as a business, prospects, and investments in the neighborhood. The league's current expansion and popularity and financial success have generated more interest from investors and opened up fresh opportunities for franchise growth and creative models of ownership. Clark's influence on the WNBA, television ratings, attendance, and commercial income has shown the potential for each player to have a significant impact on franchise value and league-wide achievement. This impact generates business opportunities, ownership agreements, and collaborations that demonstrate the financial worth produced by top players. The league's connection with the NBA offers possible avenues for cooperation and investment that might be advantageous to both groups while promoting the expansion of professional basketball for women. The NBA owners and financiers have progressively acknowledged the potential for profit of sports for women and have grown more ready to devote funds to the WNBA. Franchisees and associated businesses. Concerns are raised regarding the WNBA's governance framework and current ownership contracts may allow creative alliances or ownership agreements involving existing players. The ramifications might indicate that League rules and regulations must change to make room for new kinds of involvement of players in the